bildkvalitet, jämförelse.
Så jag pratar på engelska.
Yeah, okay. It has an incredibly good picture quality. So with that, it just works fine, like it's supposed to.
Yeah, it looks really good.
Yeah, it has what you might describe the perfect touch. I enjoy it. As I can see where I'm going to take things. It follows on the path that as I rise within it, I might take hold of this creative process as something that I enjoy more and more the more that I do it. So by being able to document these things, I come to the point where why is it not known before? Why wasn't it known before? Why didn't I just do this earlier? And I always come to the attention that, well, I couldn't for some reason. I can't tell exactly what reason, but there must have been something that hindered me. Maybe a cognitive leap that I didn't take, or something else. I didn't have the choice.
Exactly.
Even though it feels like I had the choice.
Yeah.
In the
And
matter.
it's so easily to look back and creating a picture now of how it was then, but always with regrets when you look back on things. Every decision you made is made upon the best you could do right then. You couldn't do any better because you made that decision based on something. Maybe you don't like it today, maybe you have more information today. When you look back on it, it's always easier to take the right decision when you look back on things. So with that knowledge you can feel more calm with yourself, because in that moment you just had the knowledge that you had right then, and for some reason you made these decisions that you made, and you can feel like, oh, now I know all of this, I should have done that instead, and you can feel really bad about it. But to make peace with yourself, to see that, oh, maybe it wasn't the right time, or it wasn't, you hadn't developed as much as you needed to, or whatever it could be. So try to make this time now to more think about what you can do now. It can sound like it's more easily said than done to just let it go and to take it from now and forward. So you take it from today. What do I want to do today and forward? What can I do today? Okay, you just rise yourself up from that, and you can feel bad for a moment, but then just get up and see what can I do now.
It's the sense of nature of things. You're finding yourself within places that you haven't really seen before. You're taking hold of something that you didn't really realize that you had. And noticing that, okay, this is a thing that's quite new to me. I haven't seen it been done before, at least not in my environment. And maybe from TV or the internet, but not really in my environment, in my place, within my friend group and my family. I haven't seen it, so it's something that I can choose to give if I only learn how to do so. And learning how to do so is usually not too hard. It starts with an intention, like most things do. And then if you aspire to make that intention a reality, then all you have to do is put in some work, maybe 10 to 15 minutes, nothing more. And then continue every day, that is. And then continuing to do that for a longer time until it feels more natural to you to increase the time from 10 to 15 minutes to maybe 25 to 30, from there to 1 hour, and continue going. You'll see that you're not just motioning yourself to interact or to see. you are also motioning yourself to believe, to have faith within yourself and your abilities. It's going to compound the actions that you take. They're going to compound on themselves, and will increase in value, in a sense, in personal value, because you will learn more and more from the actions that you take. And I always wondered about that. These actions that I take, this flow that I go through daily, or at least weekly, how do I make a change within it? How do I find something that's different? Something that I can not predict, just follow along and see. But that is interesting enough that it changes my view.
Mm-hmm.
Makes me take hold of things in a different way.
Mm-hmm.
As I sense, I understand that there is a place, there is a feeling, there is a thought that arises, and it motions me to improve the disambiguous way of me, a way that I'm finding things, the way that I'm sensing things and believing that these things are right as they are. Not in a point of interaction that I don't believe the things that I do, just into the point of interaction where I see that, oh, this is the cause of nature that I've been seeing within myself and with the people around me, that there is a change going, a temporary alleviance of lesser thoughts and going into greater heights. The more that you think, the more that you practice thinking, critical thinking, and just actively trying to force thoughts out there to see what you are about, to be introspective. The more that you do this, the more you find yourself noticing things about yourself that you didn't notice before. Things that you just didn't have any clue about are becoming more apparent to you, glaringly so, that you find that, oh, okay, I am this person because I've done these actions. So if I change these actions that I'm doing into other actions, then I will be a different type of person. If that is your goal, it might be sensible to think about if that is your goal, because if you haven't been introspective enough about on yourself, about who you are, then you might notice that you might come to find that you don't know yourself well enough at all. You might believe some things about yourself that, okay, this is who I am and that is that, only to find out that you regret changing yourself into something else, because learning new things about who you were with the movement of time, you might find that you actually like your old self, parts of it that were very fundamental, but you just didn't understand that. So this sentence brings me to contemplate, really, to think about what is beginning here, what is being divulged, what do you see, what do you interact with, and how will it turn out?
Yeah, to see that some parts of your old self were very fundamental. That is something.
Because the feeling is not always the same. You might think to yourself that I have this reason within me that I'm joining into a larger space of awareness. I'm taking a foothold there, just sensing that right now, because I recognize this feeling from an earlier point in my history, in my past, where this happened, and the feeling is the same now. I feel myself evolving slowly because I have met all of the requirements for me to evolve into a higher state of awareness. Even if that state of awareness is not that much higher, just slightly higher, it is still a little bit higher. Sensing that feeling that's coming through me, and I know a lot of people recognize this. Since that feeling that's coming through me, I sense that it's like an adventure into something new. Nothing necessarily groundbreaking, but nothing is saying that it's not going to be that either. It's the unknown, the feeling of, oh, I do not know, but it's coming, and I am excited that it is coming. You see?
Yeah.
I will recognize these points that I'm making because I've made them before. And I've sensed that we have changed me. Finding ways to interact and seeing that, okay, this is the defining thought. This is why I interact with the way I interact. The sense of, I know this is going somewhere. It is a belief that becomes real, a true belief. In the sense of the immediate moment where I'm at, I can see the changes. And that is usually enough. Seeing that things are changing the way you want them to change is usually enough to be happy, to be excited.
Yeah, because I thought about that. Someone said the most important is that you are happy with your life. And you can be happy in many ways. Or you can be happy for different kind of reasons, but truly happy, like deep inside. And you should try to do things that makes you happy. And try to change things so that you feel happy. Because this life is like worth celebrating. You can feel so happy and content, and you can feel like there's enough. And don't mix this with a feeling of escaping something into enjoyment or stuff like that, but to really feel that you are, of course you're not happy all the time, life goes like this, ups and downs, but the things that you can change, you should change them, and the things that you can't change, that you should accept. So if you can find deep inside what you truly like, what you truly enjoy, what you feel good when you're doing, and find a way to do that in some other way. It doesn't necessarily has to be a job or a career. Maybe it is, but maybe it's an hobby or something like that. And you choose how you will do it, but try to do those things that you enjoy. And of course try to find a work that you enjoy also. But just to see that what makes me really happy, not to do things just because I have to, because everybody else does this and that, or but we can think about our dreams now because we have to do this and this and this. So just to compare, to do things that makes you happy, to see that I want to be happy in life, I want to be content in life. I don't want to get just that kind of money or that kind of job just because I feel the pressure to do that, or it's a status symbol to have certain kind of things, or but does it makes you happy? What makes you happy, really? And try to think about that. Then you lower the barrier a little bit, because then you don't compare so much to other people. Like maybe you don't take the road that everybody else takes, because what make someone said the goal his goal was to be happy. So then it just relaxes you a little bit when you think about that. Instead of why am I doing all these things? Yes, I do it because everybody else does it, or because it's I feel the pressure to do it. It demands me to do these things of some reason, but I don't feel happy when I do them. To just start and think about, am I happy? Why do I do all these things? Do I do them just automatically, or do I do them because I truly want to? If there is options, can I do something else, or can I to take a pause? I think we should start to take a little pause, a little break from everything, and just take a breath and try to sense, what do I really like? What do I really want? And maybe you are happy, so maybe then you don't need to have all this extra stuff or whatever it could be, just because it seems like that other people has it, or you feel the pressure that you don't fit in. But if you're happy, then it's enough. Then it takes away the pressure a little bit. I know many people find it hard to feel happy today in this society with all this pressure all around, but you're always your own person. You have your own mind, you have your own brain. There is a possibility to live your own life, even though it seems like we have to work together, and of course it's difficult to see how we can get all these things come together. But with more and more people who are self-aware and independent and are thinking by themselves, the more we can talk to other people about that, we can spread that, and the more people that are more aware of what is going on, and we can talk to each other, and I think that can bring us together in a new kind of reality in the future. So I don't think this is how it always will look like on this earth. So then I think a good start can start with a breath, just to slow down a little bit
and dealing with the stuff that you have formed, you might conclude that there is no big reason for anything. Just take hold of it and keep it there. That choice that you make, listening to your internal thoughts, your internal guidance, noticing that, oh, I am aware of this one thing, and I'll focus on that one thing and hold on to it. That will guide me, that will help me, that will release all the tension, the pain, the suffering, because that is my stone, my rock, my safe space. And taking that with you as you travel through the unknown, where you don't really know anything except that you have your rock with you and it will always be guiding you. And to find that rock is not necessarily supposed to be the most difficult thing in the world. No, it doesn't have to be. It can be something that's been with you all along, and you could probably sense it in the immediate moment, the felt presence of the immediate moment. Just here, as we begin, we can think of thoughts that seem to have the function to take us away from us, from ourselves. But behind those thoughts, you can immediately feel that there is a space. And that space, within that space, that's where you can find a truer song, a truer guide than your thoughts. Not that your thoughts don't have any reason to be. They can guide you very well if you are the one controlling them, if you are the one taking the reins, choosing where they go, using them as a pen, where you would use that pen to write down the words that you choose to put down, deciding exactly what you want to think about, and not caring about the thoughts that you didn't choose to think about, simply letting them go to continue thinking about the thoughts that you want to continue thinking about. That choice is made by you. So the question really becomes, who are you? Are you your thoughts? Are you what's behind? Because it's very easy to be your thoughts. You know, if you aren't aware of them, you will feel like you are your thoughts, that they are you. The words that come up, the images that come up, that they are you. But since if you're aware of them, you will gradually see that no, they come from you. They come through you. They are above you, they're under you, but they're not really you. But they can help, you can use them to guide you as a tool. So don't be your thoughts. Because it's way too easy to be your thoughts. As it is way too easy to not be aware of your thoughts. So I'm sensing a conclusion coming. A conclusion to this old way of being that was going through my life into a different form of being. A being where I can let go and just be relaxed, be aware, and be with it. Really digging into what you choose, what you form, what you memorize might make you have the sense of, oh, I know this, I have this choice, I have this place, and I will form that place within me so that I can interact with the outside. That interaction will take me to places that I haven't been to, as other interactions have. Because this is more of a habit now, the more I've done it.